Hello everyone, I am super excited to be with you guys. There's an emergency going on behind me, so we're going to let them pass by. They need to get to where they need to get to. It's an emergency. So I'm so sorry about the background noise. I hope everyone has been having an amazing week so far. So I'm super excited to be with you guys today. And we're going to start a new series this week. And this week, we're going to talk about Cicatricial Alopecia. So my name is Joanna Morante. I am a trichologist in the Tampa Bay area. If you guys can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Fabulously Made Salon. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel and you'll be able to get all the information that you might have missed on any of my lives. And if you guys have any question, concern as we go through this series this week, I will be more than happy to answer them while in my live. So I'm going to be looking at different screens because I want to make sure that I'm not missing anybody right now. And we're looking good. So we're going to start off with Cicatricial Alopecia, which is a scarring alopecia. That's what is also known as. So scarring alopecia looks like patches, usually looks like a little different than alopecia areata. We spoke about alopecia areata before, and basically they're like round patches on the scalp. The difference is with scarring alopecia, around the edge is jagged. So it's like a jagged look to it, okay? The destruction of the hair follicles occurs below the skin surface. So there may not be much on the scalp other than the patchy hair loss. So basically someone may not really realize that they have it, but they are patchy hair loss. Hi, thank you so much for joining. Affected area, which are the patches that we're talking about, may be smooth and clean or may have some redness, scaling, increase or decrease of pigmentation, or a raised blister with fluid and pus coming from the affected area. Okay, there are several groups of condition that destroys the follicle. Hair follicles are part of the skin where the hair grows. Good evening. The follicles are replaced with scar tissues. So once there's scar tissues on the scalp, that means that the hair is going to fall out and not grow back. Cicatricial alopecia involves inflammation directed at the upper part of the hair follicle where the stem cell and the sebaceous gland, which is the oil glands, are located. If the stem cell and sebaceous glands are eliminated, there's no possibility for growth at the hair follicles and permanent hair loss will happen. So we're going to get really into details about cicatricial alopecia because there's actually two forms of them. The main form, there's actually two types of white blood cells that destroys the hair follicles. So that's going to be really important. These cells could either work alone or work with each other. Cicatricial alopecia and further classified by the type of inflammation cells that destroys the hair follicles during the active stage of diseases. So we're going to talk about white blood cells, and the inflammation way may involve mainly in Liposite and Neutrophilus, which is two types of the white blood cells. We actually have five white blood cells, but we're actually going to talk about two because that is what is related with cicatricial alopecia. Okay, so we're going to talk about Liposite, which is one of the white blood cells that I talked about. They create antibodies to fight against bacteria, virus, and other possible harmful attackers. Cicatricial alopecia that involve mostly in Liposite inflammation includes lysine planophilus. Oh, hi, thank you for joining. And frontal fibrosing alopecia and centrifungal alopecia. So with that type of white blood cells, those are some of the possibilities of hair loss that you will have with that type of white blood cell. The second type of the white blood cell that is related to cicatricial alopecia is neutrophilus. So they kill and break down bacteria and fungi. They are the most numerous type of white blood cells and is the first line of defense in infection attackers. So they're like shield up, ready to go to war for us, okay? When you have that type of the blood cells affected, the cicatricial alopecia that are due mainly in neutrophilic inflammation include folliculitis, the Calvins, and tough folliculitis. So with that type of white blood cells, those are the two type of hair losses that may occur. Now, sometimes the inflammation shifts from predominantly neutrophilic process to lymphocytic process. So it can go from one to another, okay? The cicatricial alopecia is not contagious. There are some that are contagious, but cicatricial alopecia are not contagious. Most people with cicatricial alopecia have no family history of any similar condition. So for sometimes you may not even know you have it unless you have those patches, and the patches has to have like those jagged edges that I was telling you about. If it's just a patch, solid, that's more alopecia areata, okay? But there is one exception. The exception is someone who has centrifungal cicatricial alopecia. Say that 5 times, guys, because Jesus, that's a long one. So what we did is we shortened it up. So whenever you hear CCCA, that's centrifungal cicatricial alopecia, which primarily affects African American women and may occur in several women in the family. So that one is caused by different things, and we will talk about that in another series, okay, guys? So I'm super excited to continue this segment with you. We are talking about cicatricial alopecia. I'm going to come on later on tonight to give you more information about it, and that is what we're going to be covering for the week. So if you guys have any questions or concerns, I'll be more than happy to help you. Please don't forget to go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. Also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, Fabulously Made Salon. And if you are someone you may know is suffering through hair loss, we do and schedule a complimentary 15-minute consultation, guys. And you can visit the website at www.fabulouslymadesalon, and you can schedule your complimentary 15-minute consultation, guys. Thank you so much for your time. Enjoy dinner. I'm going to come back live a little later tonight. And remember, guys, that we're all made fabulous. I'll catch up with you later. Take care, guys. Good night.